in part, the immigrants are refugees from the American bombings of so many countries. But that's not the whole story. It's not even a large part of the story. You see, it's come to light that someone or some group of powerful, financially rich people are sponsoring the mass immigrations. In the United States, 250,000 illegals cross the border every month. Now, that's just the official figure. A lot of people think it's 2-3 times greater. Well, these people are not Mexicans. They're not even primarily Hispanics. They're from all over the world. All over the world. How did they get there? Allegedly, they're the poorest of the poor. Well, they've all got cell phones, they're well dressed, there's money in their pocket. The long lines of immigrants marching to America, someone's feeding them, someone's providing them water, medical attention. You can see the trucks accompanying them, the camps set up for them at night. There are non-governmental operations sponsoring this invasion of the United States, and I'm sure the same thing's going on in Europe. Who are they? Why are they doing this? They are watering down the ethnic basis of white countries. They're simply replacing the populations. And the countries do nothing about it. They talk and fume, but nothing happens. The immigrants continue. And it's so bad here now that even the democratic cities like New York, Chicago, Minneapolis, Denver, they are complaining we're being overrun. Another bus load comes every hour. What are we supposed to do with them? We don't have any more hotels to put them in. We don't have any more budget to feed them with. What are we supposed to do? So now it's not the right-wing racists who are complaining about the immigration. It's the Democrats themselves. They're saying, what are we doing? What are we going to do with them? And now, just yesterday in New York, the mayor has made the public schools clear out all their gymnasiums because they haven't got anywhere to put the illegals that are piling up in the city except in the public schools. So the students have said, go home and do your work online. We're going to put the illegals in the schools. And they've started with the gyms, the gymnasiums, the big areas where they have basketball courts and things like that. So you can see. And so what else happened? The state of Texas said, well, we're being overrun. A lot of the Texas cities have said, we can't cope. There's nowhere to put another busload. And so Texas passed a law that any Texas police officer can arrest and deport an illegal alien. What happened? Instantly, the Biden Justice Department brought a lawsuit against the state of Texas for trying to protect the borders. And they ordered the border control people to cut the fence and let in more illegals. So whoever is running this operation also controls United States immigration practices. And the practice is zero border, no control. Why? The United States is in economic decline. What's it going to do with millions and millions and millions of people who don't know the language, who haven't any marketable skills? How is it going to sustain them? It can't sustain its own population. American citizens, for the most part, are over their heads in debt. There are hundreds of thousands of homeless Americans. And now we got millions of homeless immigrant invaders. Now, what kind of sense does this make? And you can't talk about it because that means you're a racist. In other words, if you have the least concern with national survival, you are a racist. I don't know how much more you want me to say to show you that the entirety of the Western world is nothing but a big joke, a sick joke run by low-grade morons who have destroyed themselves and their countries. There's no power in the West except the power of evil. It's destroying itself along with its efforts to destroy Russia, China, Iran, and the Palestinians, and anybody else that gets in its way. So that's the facts. You know, oh, it sounds so extreme. I'm so extreme. I'm realistic. I'm just telling you what is. This is not opinion. You can see the facts yourself. Indeed, almost 50 years ago, Jean Raspail, the French novelist, predicted precisely what has happened. He wrote a novel called The Camp of the Saints. And ever since, every year, I have watched that novel unfold throughout the Western world. So if you want to see what has happened and what the fate of the West is, just read the novel. Jean Raspail, The Camp of the Saints. It's the whole picture. It's right there. All of it.